Has Cooper Flagg hit the rookie wall, Jason Kidd? Plus, what is the latest ahead of the NBA trade deadline just 1 month away? All right, National NBA insider Marc Stein will join us on the show. All that and more coming up next on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs podcast, powered by Michelob Ultra at 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's a superior smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Corella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, cover your favorite team, even when we actually have a daytime show, which we do have today, as the Mavericks are off before they take on the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to be saying this a lot today. When they take on the Sacramento Kings tomorrow, Bobby, at 10 p.m.
It's not allowed.
Central Standard Time, as they get ready for a 3-game road trip. Has Cooper Flagg hit the rookie wall? Plus, our National NBA insider Marc Stein going to be joining us later on in the show, as we are exactly 1 month away from the NBA trade deadline on this marvelous first Monday of January. Ron, how we feeling?
I'm feeling good to make it to 2026, man.
Happy New Year. No, I'm just joking.
Okay, I have a scenario for you guys. This is real, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So I'm walking through the little lobby area of my apartment building as I'm leaving to come to work today, and today's January 5th.
It is.
All right. Still Christmas music playing in my apartment.
Oh no.
Okay.
Is the tree still there?
There
was it not a tree?
I think there might have been one. I don't know. I don't really like wherever it would have been is like in an area that I don't walk through.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Because I'm just in and out. Boom. Efficient. At what point is it like I got to say something?
With Christmas music?
Yeah.
It's definitely time
if
to
it's
stop.
like jam
it's time
like
to stop.
22 or 23 and it's still Christmas music, like I feel like
I give you to mid-January, January 15th.
Jeez, I mean that is
because normally
you get 2 months.
Now normally I wouldn't
you get
care.
I said a month and a half, I should say.
But on an ordinary day, it's like kind of cool lounge music. It's like good.
Yeah.
Some saxophones riffing. It's pretty nice.
Christmas music for me starts the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean for people definitely do that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that though.
You get a month and a half of Christmas music. Like you get the entire month of December.
People do
get half
that.
of January, then it's time to cut it off.
Half of January.
Yeah.
That's a long time, man.
That's a lot of Christmasing.
It's the mood. It's the holiday season.
I
you want to stay in the holiday season?
To each their own.
Tanner, how do you feel about this? When do you stop playing Christmas music?
I wasn't ready. Already. Yeah, it stops already.
Oh, it's already over for you?
Yes.
I appreciate
I mean,
that.
if it's too late to be wishing someone Happy New Year, it's definitely too late to be rocking around the Christmas tree.
Today is by far the final day that you could say Happy New Year to somebody. Like I give you 5 days grace.
Monday?
5 days
No, 5 days grace. Like, yeah. From January 1st to January 5th. That's it. After that, no more Happy New Year.
Only if it's the first time you've seen this person. Like somebody like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
we come back to work.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you and the Stars crew are rarely in the same room because of their schedules. So, like, are you going to wish Luds a Happy New Year like 2 weeks from now?
No.
I probably wouldn't do that because he probably punch you in the face.
Yeah, no, I'm like Stein. I'm a little nervous around Luds.
Well, we are 1 month away from the NBA trade deadline. As we mentioned, the Mavericks off today. They will take on Sacramento tomorrow, which gives us an opportunity to talk about where the Mavericks are, as they have now completed 36 games through the regular season. Unfortunately, 13-23 through said first 36 games. A team that's bottom 5 in offensive rating, a team that doesn't shoot or make a lot of threes. And it does have, though, a sensational rookie who has now won not one, but 2 Western Conference Rookie of the Months already. And that, of course, is Cooper Flagg, who's averaging nearly 19 points per game, give you nearly 6.5 boards per contest. over 4 assists per game, and is shooting nearly 48% from the field, while yes, playing nearly 35 minutes a night for the now 19-year-old. But Ron, has Cooper Flagg hit the proverbial rookie wall? He played 37 games as a freshman at Duke, leading them to the Final Four, and now is about to play game number 36 of his career tomorrow. It takes on Sacramento. Has he hit the rookie wall?
Yeah, I don't think Cooper Flagg's hit the rookie wall. I don't even really believe that somehow after 30 games, people are like, oh, maybe he's tired. Sure. Maybe he's a little tired. He has kind of said that a couple of times. But overall, I think he's a good player. I think sometimes you go through cold stretches. Even the best of the best players go through that. He's still getting the number one defender on most nights on the wing. So I don't think he's hit the rookie wall. But would you like to know what Jason Kidd had to say about this?
Jason Kidd has something very interesting to say when it came to whether or not Cooper Flagg has hit the rookie wall. Ron's going to let us know what Jason Kidd had to say.
So I want everybody to know that I'm in the front row while this is going on. I'm a very professional young man. So the goal is to I didn't want to laugh, but I really, really wanted to.
Oh, you got to lock in?
So I was locked in. So this is what Jason Kidd said that made me,
we're getting pounded.
That made me question my matureness. So verbatim, he's got to touch it. He's got to rub it and hold it. He's got to embrace it. For the great ones, they touch it and they don't run from it. And I would like to go sins by sins. So, fellas, when he says he's got to touch it, what do we think that meant?
It's good advice.
Nothing else? KG?
We're talking about walls here? Talking about rookie walls?
Yes, the question was about the rookie wall.
Rookie wall.
So I touched the rookie wall, I guess. What does that mean, though? What exactly does that even mean?
You got to go up and touch it. You got to give it a big hug.
I guess you got to find a wall, go touch the wall,
and then
put the word rookie on it, go touch it. I don't know.
But then he said he's got to rub it and hold it.
Yeah.
Oh,
rub it and hold the wall?
This is we're talking about something very metaphysical here, but whenever you give it a real concrete presence, it demystifies this abstract idea and makes it very real, very tangible, something that you can acknowledge. And only by acknowledging problems are you able to then solve and move on from them.
That's really deep, Bobby. I like that.
That's true. This is something my therapist would have.
Either that or J-Kid just wanted to make some D jokes, dude.
Yeah. But I think the craziest part of this was for the great ones, they touch it and they don't run from it. That was just, again, if you're hearing this live, it was just, it was crazy. To even rewatch this was crazy. But for that one, I do think he meant kind of what Bobby was saying is if you are tired, if you are having a tough time, you can't just be like, hey, let me sit out a week. You have to just keep going until you literally push through the rookie wall. So if he has hit anything, just keep pushing, buddy.
The thing about all of this stuff, right? From a physical standpoint, I think the problem with youth basketball is that these guys play 1,000 games a year. So I don't think it's it is the way it was 25, 30 years ago. Whenever playing more games for the first time actually was this physically exhausting thing. If anything, it could be mental. The Mavs have played a lot of games. They have changed time zones a million times. There's all these trade rumors and all these things. And if you feel like there's this mental, spiritual boogeyman just lurking in the shadows, and you don't actually look at it and acknowledge it, then it could be a problem. It's I don't believe momentum is a real thing, right? I think momentum is just complete
hoopla.
Yeah.
It's like a rookie wall, huh?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of baloney, right? But I do believe that you can be mentally and emotionally influenced by events that are outside of your control, and then you that is a very real thing. You have to conquer that. The next play mentality, the next game mentality, all of these things are like truisms and cliches, but it's true. When I play chess and I lose 2 or 3 games in a row, I'm very likely to lose 5 or 6 games in a row because I'm on tilt. I'm pissed. I'm mad. I'm trying too hard to win. I'm overexerting myself. But if I stop and take a break and then just think we're good, then I come back and I'm fine. You can become a victim of your own struggles. if you are pressing too hard. It doesn't look like Coop is pressing too hard. It looks like he was playing point guard alongside two bigs last night against Amen Thompson.
Not good.
Yeah, that is a rookie wall. That's a rookie wall. So
that's
go
a real
touch that
wall.
wall. Yeah. Go overcome that wall.
Yeah.
Go, move back to small forward, and you'll be fine. So I think there's some truth there that if you realize the problem, it becomes a lot easier to solve it. But I don't think the problem is this physical exhaustion. I think it's just there's just a lot going on for him right now.
And I think the way that you started to describe that in terms of working through the emotions and the mental capacity of being an NBA player and doing all of this for the very first time, I think that's more apt to what the rookie wall would be. Now, obviously, as you see his numbers on the screen over his last 3 games, only 12 points per game, shooting less than 30%, just 1 of 10 of his last 3-pointers that he has made while having, 3 turnovers during that span, while having 7 assists as well. But the idea being he is working through playing a rigorous NBA schedule for the very first time, what it means to deal with different opponents night in and night out, the level of physicality, the level of mental capacity that it takes to play in this league. And I think that, to me, is more symbolizing what the rookie wall is for him, which is he's got to work through some of this stuff for the very first time. And as he gets more and more experience, he'll be able to handle these situations better and better as he goes throughout the course of his career. But from a physical standpoint, I mean, he's dealt with some nagging things, whether it was the thumb injury, a shoulder that bothers him from time to time. He
got bumped on that recently, too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's taking some of his lumps in this league, but one of the things I've been most impressed with is he has continued to find ways, as he talks about all the time, to impact the game in other ways, whether it's rebounding, whether it's finding guys, assisting, that type of thing. When the shots aren't falling, he is still being an impactful player, which I think can help alleviate some of the rookie wall learning curve that he might be going through, because he will find other ways to help the Mavericks win games, or at least be competitive in games these days, for sure.
Yeah, I just wouldn't doubt Cooper Flagg. I mean, the man's lifting weights after games. The man, every time we're at practice, he's still working on a ton of stuff, even once the media is in there. Like, other players aren't even necessarily doing these things all the time. He just hasn't shown anything that doesn't prove that he's going to get through something. He had a major injury. Well, it wasn't major, but he had a pretty, an injury in college. He ended up playing within 2 weeks, playing late in the tournament, winning a game, and looked great. So I just wouldn't doubt Cooper Flagg. He's proven, to be a really good player.
Yeah, the mental makeup and mindset of a Cooper Flagg for, a guy who's just 19 years old is kind of insane. Like, he's got a maniacal, competitive spirit and attitude. We always hear from his opponents or his teammates how much of a competitor he is and how much he wants to win. He's one of those guys that hates losing. I think that he loves more than winning. And when you have that kind of mentality night in and night out, you're going to find ways to help your team not only remain competitive, but at times win games. But
yeah, and that's why this whole thing is silly, because the only thing that's dropped off for him during this touching of the wall period, where he's gripping and ripping, is his field goal percentage. Everything else is he's getting a gazillion assists, getting a gazillion rebounds, still blocking shots, still playing great defense, still running the floor. Like, he's doing everything that he was doing before. It's just that, he's shooting 30% instead of 45% all of a sudden. It's like, oh my God, he sucks now. He's just missing a couple extra shots. It's really not even that big of a deal. That's really reductive of me. I'm sorry, but that's just, I see that graphic Tanner made, and it actually looks like Cooper Flagg and not like Austin Crocier or Keith Van Horn.
Oh.
That's a real player on the team.
It's actually Cooper Flagg. Yeah,
actually Flagg.
That's player stats. I usually do the actual
player.
person.
I respect that.
But
I see 7 assists a game. Like, oh my God, 7 boards. Like,
it's pretty good,
dude. And if this is a struggle for him, struggle away, man. Struggle away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he can still find ways to make an impact night in and night out, while his field goal and 3-point percentage numbers aren't very good, he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay, and he'll find a way to make sure that his team feels his presence night in and night out. Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, would you want any of these players on the Mavericks at the NBA trade deadline? We'll do that next.
So Ron is kind of a young whippersnapper, but I'm on the other side of 30. And once you turn 30, guys, your testosterone starts dropping every single year. I'm about to be 35 now. Days feel longer. I just feel a little less energized throughout the day. My desire to go work out is kind of there, but once I'm in there, sometimes it's just tough. Like, it's just very hard. All right. Getting old kind of sucks. Okay. Losing your energy sucks. And that's why Mars Men wants to help you gents feel rejuvenated, feel energized if you're struggling with low testosterone or side effects associated with it. For limited time, our listeners, all right, this is the first time we've done this, get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. It's a perfect way to kick off the new year strong. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts at checkout. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Tell them you heard it from us here at the DLLS Mavs podcast. Also, 90-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Go check it out today.
This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every single day, and being right can't get you paid when it comes to PrizePicks. So you don't want to miss out any of the NBA action this season when it comes to PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. With PrizePicks, you have the ability to pick 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you pick more or less, and you have the opportunity with the flex play, even if your lineup doesn't hit, you can still be able to double your money. In fact, they offer injury reboots as well, so if one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. So with PrizePicks, you got to download the app today and use code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DLLS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup with PrizePicks. Like Bobby, most of the time, it's good to be right. You're usually right most of the time, right?
That's right. And every time I am, it feels like $1 million.
PrizePicks.com, just code DLLS. Would you want any of these players by the time we get to the February 5th NBA trade deadline? Plus, coming up here in about 13 minutes, our National NBA insider Marc Stein is going to join us to discuss the latest when it comes to the Mavericks trade rumors ahead of the deadline. Appreciate you joining us here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Daytime episode, rare episode for us, as we'll be back tomorrow with our pregame show at 9:30, Bobby, as the Mavericks take on the Sacramento Kings. Do you want any of these particular players, though, by the time we get to the trade deadline, as we figure out who the Mavs could potentially get?
Yeah, so there's an article on CBS just about the top 10 guys that could be traded, or the 10 biggest names that are in the news. Okay, I'm going to skip number 1 because that's Giannis. I think the answer is yes for all of us. And I'm going to skip number 2 because it's Anthony Davis, and he plays for the Mavs. But the way that I want to frame this thing is I'm going to say a name, and you're going to tell me just outright, do you want him on the Mavs, yes or no? Disregard the money, disregard what they'd need to trade for him, just yes or no.
Okay.
And then think about what it would take to get him, and is it still worth it?
All right.
All right, so it could be like I would love that guy, but it's impossible. Or like, I would love that guy, and it is possible.
Yeah.
All right. Or just no.
Mavs fans are going to be very upset with me after this segment, I feel.
Oh, boy.
Very upset with me.
Well, let's
so
start.
There's a name on here that's,
Let's get people upset.
All right, let's do it.
John Morant.
No.
No,
I wouldn't do it. But
all right. Play along in the chat in the comments.
for the
too, let us know.
content,
damn it, nobody got
I would
the
love
reference.
it.
Damn it, nobody got it.
I would love it for the content. I'm going to be honest. But as an actual, from a basketball perspective, no, I wouldn't do it.
No? Nobody still gets it? Okay, cool.
I think I agree. I'm not really into Ja.
Into him?
All right,
I'm not really into the idea of Ja.
all right. No, everybody's like,
no.
no.
Oh, wow.
No.
There's no yeses.
No,
Wow.
no.
All right, how about former Dallas Maverick point guard Trae Young?
I see what you did there. Okay, thank you, Lone Star, for getting the reference. Thank you so much.
I'm going to say no because I literally made a video saying I'm done with small guards and name Trae Young.
He can shoot, though.
Well, kind of. Like, he's actually, I think the idea of Trae Young as a shooter is so much better than his actual percentages as an actual shooter.
I mean, his actual percentages are like double Brandon Williams' actual percentages.
Well,
I mean, neither one of them can guard, so
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, you want a more expensive version of a dude who can't guard? Trae Young makes $47 million. He's got a $49 million player option next year. I can't do it. He can't.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
To be fair, like he's a good player, I think. but no.
This might be insanely disrespectful, but it's a podcast, and none of you people are real. You're just watching me through a TV screen. So nanny boo boo.
Oh wow.
I think Trae Young should be a JJ Barea type player for a team. I think he should come off the bench and run the second unit.
Oh,
wow. 20 to 25 minutes a game.
So
and just be the
I
focal
think
point
he
of
led the
everything.
league in assists last year.
Oh.
You seen the Hawks record with him and without him this year?
Yeah.
Pooh.
That's a
I'm not gonna
real
lie.
NBA team. If Trae could go up against backups all game, he would dominate. He could hog the ball, do all the stuff that he wants that he normally does.
JJ
But
Barea.
you let the starters cook without him, and then you let him come in, and he dominates.
The funniest bit in the NBA right now is the Hawks beating the brakes off of everyone when Trae Young isn't in the lineup and then getting smoked every night that he's in the lineup for Atlanta.
He's actually been playing like
It's
this
actually
well since he's been
hilarious.
back.
I think
but
it's pretty clear that the heliocentric era of basketball
It's
is
done.
coming to an end. And so if
done.
you want to be the guy that's going to pound the rock no matter who you are, do that against backups, dude. Just do it against backups. I know that that's would take a huge ego hit, but I think that Trae would be instantly the best six-man probably of all time.
yeah.
All right. LaMelo Ball.
No.
No.
Now, even Tanner Champ is like, no. By the way, the caveat for some folks on the Trae Young thing is like, yes, if it means getting the New Orleans pick from them.
I'm gonna.
That would be the only way I would sign up for that.
Giving you that.
No. I'm just saying that would be the only way that they would say yes to Trae, which, yeah.
Oh, I would do that in a
Oh,
heartbeat.
yeah.
I would do that in a
I would
heartbeat.
do that in a heartbeat. Yeah.
I would do that in a
They're
heartbeat.
going to give up that pick and bring me Trae Young? Yeah,
Oh
cool.
yeah, W.
Yeah.
In
We'll
that
take
case,
fine.
I'm
We'll
be
do
honest.
it.
I'm gonna be that guy. I would take LaMelo Ball. I'm gonna be that guy.
For the content, or
You just
because
want
you like
just
his game?
complete unseriousness?
Definitely for the content. But no, I think I just think in a right situation, I just don't want to, like, the other players we've named are actually in relatively good situations. LaMelo Ball has been in such unserious basketball since like high school. Like, I just want to see him in one serious basketball location.
Do you think he's the bad roommate, though, or do you think he's just a victim of circumstance?
To be fair, like, he might be the problem here. I just would love to see tall Jason Kidd point guard get his 6'7" big guard. I just want to see it. I'm not saying it would work, but then, Bobby, the next question is, what would it take to get him? And that is interesting because if they take Daniel Gafford and some other stuff, and the Mavs have to give up like a pick, if basically they just want to get rid of this guy, which they might. Like, I don't know what they want to do. If they just like, hey, take on, I think he has maybe 2 or 3 years maybe left on the deal. Just take on the last 2 years of LaMelo Ball. And you have to give up a Gafford and like maybe you have to give up like Najee Marshall, who's a really good player for this team. Would you take on the $35 million that I think LaMelo is making? I just wouldn't say, like, I just think Jason Kidd could make him a serious basketball player. I really do. Give me Jason Kidd with the big guard.
Part of it, though, is do I want LaMelo as a serious basketball player? I kind of like the bit. Like, I kind of like the unserious bit.
Yeah,
and it
not
fits
when he's
well
on
in
your
Charlotte.
team.
Huh?
Yeah,
Not
now
when
he's on your
That's what I'm saying. I don't want him here. It's
Like,
cool in
Russell
Charlotte.
Westbrook was really fun
Yeah.
trying to watch him every day.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
can
what,
stay
this is
completely
fun.
unserious in Charlotte. That's fun.
Yeah,
Like
unserious.
here? No.
He's been unserious
No.
his whole, like, he's never played serious basketball. And it's not even,
Yeah, that's a him thing. That's
That's kind of, that's
but
kind of.
it's not just him though. Like, he's like, when he was in high school, his dad isn't serious. That's not his fault. Like, his dad's not serious.
I don't know. I mean, Lonzo
his
was a
dad
serious
told him
NBA player.
not to go to college.
Lonzo was a serious NBA
Lonzo
player.
He
was
went to
actually-
serious basketball
Then
teams
they
with the
played with
Lakers.
Onyeka Okongwu, right? He's a serious basketball player.
Okongwu was serious. I would
Yeah.
say, but Okongwu was like,
I will say, low key,
like,
I kind of like what Charlotte's starting to do down there, to be honest
I don't know
with
if they
you.
would trade him because
He's a dynasty starts after you kind of guy.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
I just, again, I'm not saying that LaMelo Ball is, if you have to give up, like, again, Daniel Gafford and Najee Mark, I just would take a chance. The talent is the numbers aren't good. You're probably buying at him on his floor.
You just want to see what he looks like with an actual, like, real high-level point guard coach.
I just don't know if a serious player, like, couldn't turn him around. Maybe it's been so long of unserious basketball that you cannot change him. Like, it's just in his brain at this point, and that might be true. But if Jason Kidd, like, somehow saw something and said, I can do something,
I
then
don't like that you're
J.
talking
Kidd
about
would
him as if
hate-
he's like, these things are happening to him that are making him this way.
Charlotte is
Just
terrible.
But they're horrible because he takes the worst shots of all time.
But if he was drafted, if he was drafted to Golden State Warriors, I promise you,
So you're saying he's a
Promise
victim?
you
Oh,
it
my
would not
God.
look like
He would've-
this.
Oh my God.
if it was him over James Wiseman,
he
then
absolutely he ran over a child with his car, didn't he? Like, is it?
I mean, Draymond Green punched the man. He's going to the Hall of Fame. Who cares? I mean, let's be honest. If you can win basketball, the Cowboys have signed some players, everybody, that are not good people. If you can sack the quarterback, wink, wink, they will pay you money in this league.
I didn't think
leagues.
we would ever get to a point on this show where we're talking about running over children with cars.
He did it.
Draymond.
It's not because he's just in a bad basketball situation. It's because he is a problem, in my opinion. I don't know him. I'm sure he's a great guy.
No,
all right.
Again, he might be a problem.
We got 5 more guys.
I'm sorry.
We got
I took up too much time.
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
He's hooping.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
he's hooping, but I'm gonna say no. I don't think he fits the timeline of the team.
That
was Michael Porter Jr. Actually, maybe I'm lying to myself.
MIZ. I take my Mizzou guy. Why not? I take my Mizzou guy. His back issues seem to be behind him now. The question: can he stay healthy?
Well, he's 27. That's not PJ Washington's age.
He's been fantastic though for Brooklyn.
I think he's a good player, but his podcast appearances are troubling.
Oh no, very troubling.
It would be
now,
tough.
Could you get it? But they wouldn't make that move though. Like they wouldn't trade him for PJ Washington.
The only place he's allowed to podcast is right here in the DLLS Sports Studios.
Oh wow!
All right.
Oh wow!
We'll ask him very carefully crafted
I'd take
questions.
the chance on MPJ.
I think he likes getting his game off though for sure. Like he's talking about his experience in Brooklyn. So if he were to come here, if you're fitting in a hierarchy, certainly with Kyrie, AD, and Coop, like you're definitely the fourth guy.
Oh yeah, no.
Like are you willing to be the fourth guy? I don't know that he is at this stage. Maybe one day he will be again.
Yeah, I mean, he's hooping. Y'all. I mean, like he's playing really well.
In a really good situation at the trade deadline.
I don't know if Jason Kidd would use him as well though as Jordy Fernandez is. I'm not saying Jordy Fernandez is a better coach than Jason Kidd, but just I know we don't watch Brooklyn basketball. He's a really, really good coach. They run really, really fun stuff. Jason Kidd does not do that.
Well, I mean,
and he has not done that in any stop he's ever been at. I don't know if he would be as good here as he's good in Brooklyn because they don't run this type of stuff.
He's low key on the Kyle Kuzma plan. Like,
no.
No. I'm like, but in a better way. Like, he gets to get the shot off and gets 25 shots a game to do his thing. So.
All right, I'll skip ahead just to the last one. In the interest of time, Jonathan Kuminga.
I can't do it.
I don't think Kuminga's a good basketball player. Unlike LaMelo Ball. He's not very serious.
Jonathan Kuminga's in a great basketball situation.
If you can't work with Steve Kerr, I'm done with you, bro.
LaMelo Ball, everywhere he's gone, it's been a clown, and that's just the situation.
Because they're clowns too, the other people.
No. PJ Washington isn't a clown.
Well, he was there. He wasn't good there. He was okay.
He's a good player.
Like they moved on. Now, Miles Bridges. We understand what's happening off the court, but Miles Bridges has been better than PJ Washington was in Charlotte as a power forward. Statistically, he has been. So it's like, I mean,
I don't think he's ever been a better player than PJ.
He can shoot it better.
No.
Miles Bridges can shoot better than PJ
yeah.
Washington, and he's more athletic than PJ Washington.
And I don't want.
And
Miles
the Mavs
Bridges,
could use athleticism and more shooting. I'm just saying, I would not want him on the team, but he's a better shooter by far.
You just want the whole Charlotte Hornets roster. Every year they win 14 games.
All right, we got to go to break, but there's one player on this list that you did not name that I would definitely take the chance on, and people are going to get pissed off about it.
Zach Collins.
Zion Williamson.
Oh,
wow.
So at a off the bench merchant?
He's not coming off the bench.
Hey, Zion could play for me. Let's take our next break here.
I can't believe you're a Hornets fan. God.
Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. When we come back, we dial up the Stein line with our national media insider, Marc Stein. The latest when it comes to Anthony Davis and the trade rumors. And could this fan favorite actually be on the block for the Mavericks? Talk about it next.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. What kind of dreams did you have when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up? You know me, I wanted to be Spider-Man. My mother said, son, you're only a Peter Parker. So you know what I did? I said, well, you know what's the next best thing? John Wall's in the city. So I said, I want to be like John Wall. So I said, Dad, please, can we go to a Wizards game? He says, okay, but they're a little bit expensive. So by the time I got to go to one, I wanted a jersey. I wanted a John Wall jersey. We could not find. We had to buy one from off the street. It wasn't a real jersey. But if we had Shopify, we could have went online and found a good jersey and used Shopify to find that item. And maybe I wouldn't have become John Wall, but it would have felt like it. So turn your big business idea into... With Shopify on your side, sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity.
If you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you want to show it off. And Branded Bills Premium Headwear and Apparel wants to help you do that. Whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees, Branded Bills has you covered with performance and style. If you're looking for some gear to make your brand stand apart from the crowd, Branded Bills has you covered with the best custom headwear and apparel in the game today. And you can start your order, and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel that you need. In fact, we've got our ALLCITY headwear Branded Bills mashups available right now on our website, and Branded Bills has done a fantastic job bringing the DLLS sports to life with us here at DLLS. They have a partnership with 40 colleges as well as part of their campus collection, including TCU, Texas Tech, Texas, and much more as well. So make sure that you head to brandedbills.com and use code BBDLLS for 15% off your first order. Again, that's brandedbills.com. Use code BBDLLS for 15% off your first order with Branded Bills Premium Headwear and Apparel today. Welcome back to the DLLS Mavs podcast. It's time to dial up the Stein line with our national NBA insider, Marc Stein. You can always dial up the Stein line on X at the Stein line. Stein, good to see you. How are we?
I saw the button said recording started, so we're in good shape. I think this is on.
It is on, as well as the trade deadline being on, because we are exactly 1 month away from the NBA trade deadline that will take place on February 5th, and the Mavericks will be in no shortage of conversation when it comes to this year's NBA trade deadline. Let's just start here then. When it comes to the Mavericks, there's been a lot of chatter about a lot of different players, particularly one Anthony Davis. Where do we stand with the Mavericks heading into this year's NBA trade deadline on February 5th?
Well, I think you said it right. We're going to be talking about AD constantly. We've been talking about him constantly already. As we speak, when the Mavs woke up on this first working Monday of 2026, I mean, there's nothing really percolating at this moment. I reported Sunday night on my Substack. There's been no meaningful traction in their talks with Atlanta. They have had talks with Atlanta. They have had some exploratory talks with Toronto, but there's nothing serious. I mean, and look, because we're still a month away, I feel like I keep saying it, but it's true. It's close, but it's also far away. There's still a lot that can happen in a full month's time. So we'll see if something changes. But, you know, I reported the week before, if you go rewind a full week, I reported that there is an increasing belief around the league that the Hawks would be willing to put Zachary Risachet in the proverbial right deal. But over the past week, there's definitely been some pushback from the Hawks in terms of they don't see Anthony Davis as that kind of deal, that a deal that would rise to the level where they include the guy they took number 1 overall as recently as 2024. So I think with the Hawks, because they have expirings with Kristaps Porzingis and Luke Kennard that get them pretty close to 80's number, you're going to keep hearing Hawks talk. But like I said, at this point, there's really no traction there between the teams. Will that change over the next month? Will other teams get involved? I suppose we can, you know, well, we have to wait and see, and we're going to wait and see, and it's the trade deadline. So there's going to be stuff to talk about every day for the next 30 days. But look, we saw this in Phoenix last February. Late in the trade season window, the Suns seriously started looking at Kevin Durant trade options, but the Kevin Durant trade market didn't really come into focus. It didn't really come together until the draft. Is that what could happen here with Anthony Davis? You know, the general consensus remains that when you're moving mega salaries like that, that it's easier to do in the offseason around the draft and free agency because you have more optionality. Now, you also have to say we are coming off of last February was the wildest trade deadline that we've ever seen. The Luka trade that still shocks us all started it, but then we had several more mega trades in that. I mean, big trades involving all-star level players. We saw a flurry of them. That makes me think it's less likely to happen this February, that it's very unlikely that could happen 2 trade deadlines in a row. But I think we talked about this the other night after the Houston game. There are some GMs in the league who do think it's going to be an active month of business. And then there are others who say they think it's going to wait till the summertime. This stuff is really hard to predict and it's hard to tell you in absolutes exactly what's going to happen a month out. But that's basically where we are.
So with respect to the Atlanta Hawks, they've got a lot of considerations. Trae Young has a $49 million player option in the 26-27 season. Obviously, absorbing that amount of salary, if they were to make a move for Anthony Davis, would make their books rather big, if you will, when it comes to the amount of salary that they would be carrying on the roster. So with the amount of talks that they've had, is it something where, hey, as Jerry Jones likes to say, deadlines make deals, or is it something that they have explored enough to where they don't feel comfortable pulling the trigger on an Anthony Davis deal, given the other considerations that they've got to think about when it comes to their own financial situation?
Well, Trae's situation is a big part of this. If you're Atlanta, if you look at the Hawks' history, they are not known for going into the tax. It's something that they have rarely, if ever, done. And with Trae Young's trade market the way it is, it doesn't look like there are a lot of options for the Hawks if they were ready to move off Trae Young in a trade. So now the Hawks have to brace for the very realistic possibility that Trae Young exercises that player option, where I think a year ago, nobody would have expected that. A player of Trae Young's stature, you would just expect them to decline the option and go into free agency. But as we're seeing in the modern NBA over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, extensions are what people that's what happens in today's NBA. It's like players don't want to go to free agency. They want to get those extensions done before they even have to go to free agency. And the Hawks last summer, when they had a chance to extend Trae Young, there was very limited discussion. It became apparent pretty quickly that Trae Young wasn't going to be extended by the Hawks. So the Hawks have kind of already made that position known. So if you're Trae, just imagine if Atlanta picked up the phone today and said, okay, you know, we want to do the Anthony Davis deal. Let's make the best deal we can. Let's say the sides hashed out a deal in the next 48 hours, hypothetically speaking. What happens then if Trae Young says, you know what, I'm exercising that option. I'm picking up that option because I don't like what's out there for me in free agency, and I want to cash in on one more season that's nearly $50 million. The Hawks payroll at that point would just skyrocket. So that's something else that Atlanta has to keep in its thoughts here. And, again, it was my pal Chris Haynes on Amazon who first reported that the Hawks are very intrigued by the Anthony Davis possibility, and the Hawks have explored it. The teams have talked. Does that mean we're going to get a deal in the next month? At this point, there doesn't seem to be a lot of momentum in that direction. But again, it's also too soon to say. It's way too soon to say it ain't going to happen either. I mean, we have to let the next 4 weeks and change play out.
And of course, Anthony Davis is going to be turning 33 in March, represented by Rich Paul, who you've reported has an open line of communication in Dallas with Patrick Dumais and numerous figures within the organization. How much of Anthony Davis and Rich Paul wanting a contract extension driving this as well in terms of their next destination? You also reported that, hey, Atlanta could be seen as a place where he wouldn't mind Anthony Davis going, if you will, when it comes to a destination for a trade.
I mean, they're certainly not going to stop pushing for the extension. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We know that Rich Paul's approach will be full speed ahead on that. And what it really means is you're just I don't think you would see a scenario where the Mavs just send AD somewhere. Like, obviously, Rich, because of what you said, because there is so much discussion between Rich Paul and the Mavs and various figures in the organization, like, they're going to have a say in this for sure. They're going to be able to, have an active role in how all this plays out. But, do they actually land that extension? I mean, that's another question. To this point, I don't know who would be willing to furnish that extension at this point. That's another one of those variables that we'll have to see how that plays out.
So let's keep going then when it comes to the rest of this Mavericks team, because more from your reporting on your Substack and your Sunday notes with respect to the Mavericks, are they open for business? Who are they open for business for with respect to this team as we move toward the NBA trade deadline?
Yeah, I think the reality is they would take calls on pretty much everyone not named Cooper Flagg or Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie hasn't even played this season, so the thought of someone trying to acquire him when he hasn't made his return yet from knee surgery, I mean, that's obviously off the table. But look, they love Max Christie as well. They are thrilled with the progress that Max Christie has made. And Derek Lively, obviously out for the season. Those are two players, Max Christie and Derek Lively. They're in the same timeline as Cooper Flagg. I think if the Mavs had their druthers, if they could, wave a magic wand and wave away Lively's injury concerns, I mean, they would love to have those guys be part of where this team goes from here, because of course this team's building around Cooper Flagg. The Cooper Flagg timeline is what matters. It's what directs everything for this team. Any move they make has to be viewed through the prism of how does this help Cooper Flagg? But also, it's a team that 13-23 when it woke up on Monday, 10 games under 500. It's been a really, really rough 11 months. A lot of it self-inflicted, self-imposed. Like, you can't close the door on anything. You want to take the calls on any and every possibility. They have to be open to just about anything. Like I said, obviously, Cooper Flagg is a zillion % untouchable, and Kyrie Irving, they want him to be part of the future. He just signed a new contract extension, has not played yet since last season's knee surgery. So, I mean, it would be, there's nothing going to happen there. But I think anything else, you owe it to yourself to hear what the proposals are, take the calls, see what's out, and take the calls, make the calls, see what's out there. But none of that was meant to say they don't love the way Max Christie has played. I mean, Max Christie's the way he's expanding his game, the 3-point shooting. I mean, it's been one of the few bright spots of a pretty rough opening half of the season for a team that came into the season thinking this was a playoff contender.
Yeah, Max Christie, a top 5 3-point shooter in the league this year in terms of percentage, has been really good, averaging over 22 points per game in his last 3 games. So with respect to that, the names that will naturally come up in a discussion like this, Daniel Gafford, Klay Thompson, D'Angelo Russell. I hesitate to put Najee Marshall's name in there, but
yeah, I'm with you. I mean, you know what a big Najee fan I am, but the reality is he has a movable contract. He's playing well, and again, would they want to part with him? No, but if the phone rings, you have to listen and see what the options are, because also don't forget the Mavs have luxury tax concerns, because they are on a course where they're going to be facing repeater tax issues if they don't get the overall payroll down in the near future. And remember, when it comes to repeater tax, the concern is not the money out the door. The concern is the team building tools you lose if you're in the repeater tax, if you're in the second apron. Like, that's the worry. And so this is, they've got to get the overall payroll more manageable. The question is, Klay Thompson, Caleb Martin, D'Angelo Russell. In this apron era, it's hard for me to see teams chasing those contracts or being willing to take on those contracts. So I've been saying it, I think, all season. Gafford probably has the most external interest at the moment because he's a big man. Teams in this league are on the look. Numerous teams in this league are always on the lookout, hoping to add proven size. And his contract was signed to the dollar, the most they could extend him, but also keep him trade eligible during the season. But yeah, I mean, I would think teams out there have to be noticing the all-around excellent play from Najee Marshall. And, will the Mavs field interest in him? It's the kind of thing where when you're in the Mavs position, you have to be open to listen to anything.
Yeah, Najee would be a really good player to help out a contender this season with the variety of his game. But also he's a fan favorite.
What would we do at a show? I know how would we even forge ahead as a show without him?
We're professionals. We would do what we have to do. But yes, we are a pro knife show here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. Before we let you go here, another piece of business that the NBA officially announced today, which you had reported on previously. The Mavericks are going to be headed overseas to take on their I-45 brethren in the Houston Rockets in Macau, as the NBA officially announced today.
Yeah, apparently the other night with the Rockets here, Amen Thompson and Cooper Flagg, they sneak both of them downstairs to the practice gym to hold up jerseys for a photo shoot. I mean, we've been expecting this one. Mavs Rockets, look, you knew when Patrick Dumont became the operating owner of this team, he played a big role in the NBA, reestablishing ties in China. The Suns and Nets played exhibition games before this season in China, and Patrick Dumont was there because the games were played at the Venetian Arena, which is at the casino they own, the Sands property in Macau. So you had to know that if NBA teams are playing in China again at a building that the Dumont family owns, that he would want his own team to be there. And the Mavs are going. The Rockets, who obviously because of Yao Ming have been hugely popular in China for decades now. It's a natural pairing, and I'm just waiting for travel agent Kevin Gray to set up our flights and hotels that get us to Macau. If you pull that off, you might actually have to retire from broadcasting and go become a full-time travel agent.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Mark, as always, we appreciate the time here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. We know that you got a busy schedule. We look forward to talking to you later this week. Of course, the Mavericks will be back on the floor on Tuesday at 10 p.m., boys and girls, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then we have another daytime show.
A tip-off time that you were very excited about, I can tell.
Not excited at all. But we do what we have to do here on the DLLS Mavs podcast.
You and I will be back together again Wednesday, I think. We will do this again Wednesday. Let's see what happens between now and then.
We will do so. You can always dial up the Stein line at the Stein line on X. Mark, good to see you. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, you. What are you? Do you throwing stuff? Statuesque?
It was my case.
Oh, okay. Hey,
dropping that.
You should become a diehard. All this stuff on YouTube is free. Like Onion in the chat said, it's free $99 to like the video. It's free to sub to our channel. It's free to comment. It's free to be a good chatter. It's all that stuff. But if you want to become a diehard, we're going to ask for a little U.S. Currency from you. Okay. In exchange for that, we're going to give you a free shirt of your choice. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of really good ones.
You're
I
wearing
own
one right
several.
now.
This is one of them. I own I own 2 of these shirts, actually.
Gazillion
Long
shirts
story.
you own.
But I own about 15 or so DLLS shirts. They're all great. I love them all equally, just like I would love my children that I don't have yet, or maybe ever. But enough of that.
What is happening?
You get one of those for free. We also have hats on the site. They're great. You don't get a free hat, but
get a child
if you're a
for free.
diehard, you get a 20% discount on everything on our website. So you get the one thing for free, and then you get to save money on everything else.
It's a win.
Yeah, no, it's a huge dub, a huge W in the chat. You also get a discount on any events that we do. You get to join the DLS Diehard Discord Lounge. Great place to hang out with diehards. You get your physical diehard card, which is fantastic, and allows you to gain entry into the Critics' Choice Awards.
Yeah.
You can get in
Allegedly.
there if you're a diehard. Just don't try it, all right? Don't make a big deal out of it. And if you do try it, you didn't
Keep down
hear
the
from me.
low.
You also get to read our entire website, alldlls.com. Ron is always writing game recaps, analysis, observations. He's writing some draft stuff now because it is draft season. Fortunately or unfortunately, Clarence Hill, Ali Jawad going to be covering the impending firing of Matt Eberflus and the replacement or the search for a replacement that probably won't even start until after most new defensive coordinators have already been hired by their current team. Because the Cowboys march to the beat of their own drum, but those guys are still fans of them no matter what. They're going to support that. You also get to read Sam and Sean on the Stars. And
Will
Jeff
the Stars
Wilson.
ever win a game again?
And Jeff Wilson on the Rangers. So many reasons to become a diehard. You get so many bennies. There's a ton of good stuff going on all the time here at DLS
Bennies.
Sports. So thank you to each and every one of you for your support.
Let's finish up here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. We will be back tomorrow. Our pregame show, boys and girls, will start at 9:30 p.m.
Yikes.
Central Standard Time with tip-off Tanner. Probably
Can't
around.
make me.
Actually, we kind of have to. Tip-off will be probably around 10:15. It says 10 p.m., but it'll probably be around 10:15.
It's just no way. It's not. It has to like max 10:10.
It's fine. Let's have some fun with some trivia here to finish up our show today.
All right. Thank you for that, KG. It's time for some Trivia Tuesday. Now,
On a Monday.
it is recently 2026. Okay. Happy New Year. And so in the spirit, the theme of today's Trivia Tuesday is years that end in 6 throughout Mavs history.
So
All right?
96.
So 2026,
86.
2016,
Oh,
2006, 96, and 86.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to start most recently and work our way backwards through time. I feel like that's probably the
right.
way to make it the most difficult, potentially.
Okay.
As always, feel free to play along in the chat. We got Tanner came up. Tanner's going to be playing as well. So number 1, the Mavs have played 2 games in 2026 so far. Can you tell me the top 3 Mavs in terms of total points scored so far in 2026? In order.
Point scored.
Who's got the most, the second most, and the third most points for the Mavs in 2026?
Number one
Anthony
is,
Davis.
Anthony Davis number 1.
I'm gonna say Max is number 1.
Okay. We got 1 Max. We got 2 ADs. As always, going to give chat a couple 5 seconds.
I'll go Max
who do-
Christie number 2, Najee Marshall number 3.
Okay.
I'll go AD, Max, and Cooper Flagg.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Max, AD, B. Will.
Okay.
Oh, that
I'll
might
be
be
So
Will's
we got
a
a
good one.
B-Will
B-Will has
guess.
been open. B-Will
Okay.
has
We
been
got
open.
a lot of, well, we got 2 Max guesses and a B-Will guess. We got AD, Max, Najee. Okay. I think that was your guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We got a Max Flag Najee. Okay. A lot of Najee love in the chat.
The knife.
The correct answer,
Be well.
Tanner Ballknower,
Yeah, we
Max
definitely do
Christie, 42 points. Anthony Davis, 39 points. Brandon Williams, 29 points. Those
Dang,
are your
so
top
none of
3
us had the
scores so
order?
far.
Just
3
what
for
we
3.
need. Tanner getting more power.
I'm going
'cause
home.
that-
Bye.
Yeah, no. You got 6 more minutes, Tanner. Don't move a muscle except to type in the chat. All right. 2015-16. Let's go back 10 years.
All right.
Okay. Were you in like 4th grade?
11th.
Oh,
Junior.
nice. How was that?
It was good. I was playing basketball. I was a point guard. Wasn't doing well, but it was fun.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. The 2015-16 Dallas Mavericks, they rallied right at the end of the year. They finished 7-2 to fight their way into the playoffs. They finished 42-40 overall, which that year was good enough for the number 6 seed.
Oh, wow.
During that run to end the 2016 season, they were fueled in part by which player who won Western Conference Player of the Week honors during a week in which the Mavs went 4-0.
2015, 2016.
Is Harrison Barnes in this team?
One hint is no, he wasn't.
Okay.
We have a Chandler Parsons guess. Okay. JJ Barea guess. Okay.
I just fucking can't be Dirk. So I'm going to say Chandler Parsons. Just take a steal
I
from
guess
the
I'll
chat.
say
Parsons.
It can't be. He didn't play that much
I'll
basketball.
give Chad another couple seconds to catch up.
No way,
Vince
Vince.
Carter was on the Grizzlies, I think, or maybe the Kings.
It's no way.
I don't remember what team he was on at that point. The correct answer, Kevin Gray. Take a lap. Well, not take a lap. Take a victory lap.
Let's go.
It was JJ Barea,
Let's go.
Okay.
who averaged 23.5
Good guess.
points and 6.8 assists per game. The Mavs
Wow.
went 4-0. JJ was balling out like Trae Young could be. And his daughter was born during that time as well.
Oh,
So
he had dad
after
strength.
games,
Dad power.
he and all the Mavs
Yeah.
were just saying, Paulina. That was like their battle cry during that
wow.
run. It was awesome.
That's cool.
It was awesome. Good job, KG.
Dope.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Yogi.
10 years prior to that, 05-06.
Oh, wow.
Your boy was a freshman in high school in 2005.
I was a young
2006.
whippersnapper.
Mavericks went to the finals.
Watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
How many players on the 2005-2006 Dallas Mavericks averaged at least 4 assists per game?
4.
Bonus points if you're bold enough to try and name the players.
Oh, no.
But I will take a number guess.
5. Dirk has to be one of
That's
them.
a lot. I mean, you think, Santa?
3.
Okay.
All right, so we have a 3, we have a 4, we have a 5. Of course, the 05-06 Mavs featured Jason Terry, Devin Harris, Dirk, of course,
Devin.
Josh Howard, Jerry Stackhouse, Marquise Daniels.
Yeah, it should be high.
It's a lot of
Marquise-
guys.
Daryl Armstrong was on that team.
Oh, yeah.
Neil
All
Armstrong.
right, we got a 2, we got a 6, a 3, a 3, a 4. Guesses all over the place. Okay, I like the
6 is
diversity.
high.
I like the diversity. The correct answer, though,
6.
0.
Oh, wow.
Not a single player on that team
Couldn't get 4 assists a night?
averaged 4 assists per game. Yeah, that was ISO ball, baby. That was
Who
the
led the team
beautiful,
with assists that year?
everyone's favorite era of basketball, right? Whenever they played defense, there was no passing. The assist leader
That
on
was
that
terrible.
team with 3.8 assists per game was Jason Terry. The Mavs won
Wow.
60 games that season.
Yikes.
0 players with at least 4 assists per game.
That's
That's
unreal,
nasty.
man. Wow.
All right,
So it was
10
just
years
straight
prior to
ISO.
that, 1995-96.
Wow.
Jason Kidd era.
All right, 95-96. 1996 was the year that I turned 5 and started kindergarten. Which member of the 1995-96 Dallas Mavericks,
Ooh.
who is currently employed as an NBA coach and has experience as both a head coach and an assistant,
Popeye Jones.
led the team in free throw percentage?
No, definitely not Popeye Jones.
Yikes.
95, 96, and is currently a head coach?
He is currently employed as a coach.
As a coach.
And has experience. That's as specific, but he's been a head coach and an assistant coach.
Oh,
I'm not
man.
telling you what he is right now.
Head coach? I'm probably just like not realizing who the heck is a coach right now. Or was a head coach.
Oh, man.
Hubert Davis.
Hubert Davis, okay.
I have no idea if
Hubert
the
Davis
time
is
period
college.
is
No, NBA.
Oh,
NBA
that's a
coach.
good guess.
That is a good
Yeah,
guess.
that's a good guess.
Oh, wow. W. Oh, yep. Some of the comments.
Yeah, me and David Mason.
Nope.
This is a deep cut. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think I got this one.
Oh, now you got D cut.
I was still an embryo.
95, 96?
I don't think you
Oh.
were at that point.
Yeah, I wasn't, but we can't see the other things.
And is currently
Ex Thunder.
an
Scott
assistant-
Brooks?
Yeah, Scott Brooks.
He played on the. Wait, Scott Brooks was a
David
Mav?
Mason, you know ball. The
Oh,
answer
wow.
was Scott Brooks,
Wow. I didn't know he played on the Mavs.
85.5%.
Yeah.
Dang, and he coached the Wizards.
Yeah,
He is
good guess.
terrible.
Lone Star also with the Scott Brooks guess. Good pull.
Rick Carlisle?
He's
Good pull.
Of course, Scotty Brooks is currently an assistant coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
That is correct.
That's why they've not been doing
And
good.
of course, was the head coach of the OKC Thunder whenever the Mavs beat them
And the
in
Wizards.
2011.
Wow.
Scott
And also
Brooks.
whenever they beat them in 2012.
What a terrible
That's all right.
play. What a
We don't
terrible
talk about that
coach.
one. All right, closing out strong.
You should know Scotty Brooks, former Wizards coach.
1985-86, when your boy was -5 years old.
Not negative.
Which Dallas Maverick achieved redemption by knocking down a buzzer-beating three-pointer to win Game 3 of the second round against the LA Lakers?
Blackman? No, redemption.
Sam Perkins.
Redemption. That word has gotten me.
Okay, Ro Blackman, Sam Perkins. Tanner, any guesses?
I've cut this video so many times I should know. Because we would always do like
On this day kind of
memories
thing?
or whatever.
Oh.
And I'm blanking. Is it Harper?
Derek Harper, guess. Okay.
Chat.
Give chat. We are running out of time a little bit, but I want to give them a chance. We got a
Still
Sam
alive?
Perkins
Dot,
guess.
dot, dot.
Okay. I was but a lump. Yes.
I was
if
but a
I even
lump.
existed at that point. James Donaldson. Okay,
Sam Perkins?
that is. All right, we'll give 5 more seconds because we're already at the 61-minute alert.
Yes.
Roy Tarpley. Okay, good guess. The correct answer is Derek Harper.
Yeah, okay. That's
Derek
Okay.
Harper
Oh,
achieved
nice.
redemption because in the 1984 playoffs, he dribbled out the clock, believing the Mavs were winning when in fact they were not.
Oh,
They
no.
were tied. They would go on to lose in
Yikes.
overtime, but Harp nailed the game winner. A three-pointer in 1986. That was no easy feat. The Mavs averaged 1 3-pointer made per game that year to lead the league.
Oh, so wow.
They led the league.
That was
but-
86, not 2026, right?
yes. Yeah.
Wow. Yikes. Yikes, Mavericks.
Let's get the super chat before we get out of here. We did have a super chat, earlier in the show.
That's right.
Lanessa with the $2 super chat. What will Coop do during November this year?
Not shave?
Is this a touching joke?
I don't
Oh.
Oh, I get it. I get
Okay.
it. I get it.
Because during November, you famously you
Don't
don't.
shave.
Well, you don't. During November, you don't touch your rookie wall.
You don't. Shout out Lil Nessa.
I can't really. Lil Nesso, I appreciate that. I don't think that I can't
Arg.
convey the spirit of that message to everyone else without getting in trouble.
Okay.
No blank November. All right, you can't touch the rookie wall.
Okay.
Hopefully the 19-year-old will not be doing blanks.
That'll do it for us here, mercifully, on the DLLS Mavs podcast today. Appreciate our guy Tanner making us look good at sound as always. Thank you, sir. Shout out to our nationally made signer Marc Stein for joining us as well. He'll be back on the show on Wednesday. We will be back tomorrow once again, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for our pregame show. Pre-game show will begin at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. The tip off at 10 p.m. as the Mavericks take on the Sacramento Kings. So make sure you take a nap and get some coffee. Stay up late with us tomorrow. That's our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Curl and jokester. That is our.
I'm not a jokester. Lil Nesso made the joke. I was
Big
just. I
Nesso.
was appreciating it.
That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Haran Jr. I am merely the guy whose jokes go over his head all the time on the show. Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.